So we back with our first video. We gonna be reacting to this Tory Lanez Megan Thee Stallion. Make sure y'all comment, subscribe, slide in there, feel me, because we gonna be posting a lot of content. We gonna be doing a lot of different cool things, some funny stuff, some insider stuff, feel me. So make sure you tuned in so you can always be tapped in whenever I drop something. So today we gonna be diving into this case, as you can see from the title, why I think he's not guilty, feel me. And I chose to use that word specifically because you gotta be technical when it comes to these things. You know, it's either conclusive or it's inconclusive, feel me. So for me to say not guilty, it's a difference between me saying he's innocent. I waited a long time to react to this. That was done purposely. I wanted to gather all of the facts. I wanted to know everything I needed to know about this case, as far as what happened, who did what, how did they do it, when did it occur. And I wanted it to be concrete. I didn't want to go off no hearsay. Well, pretty much, yeah, this is going to be my reaction to a couple of key things that I feel like happened after the case. I feel like at this point we pretty much all know the gist of everything that happened. He was accused of shooting her. He got booked. She went to the hospital. Shots, whatever the case. But trial just ended. So I kind of wanted to dive in and just give my perspective on everything. Like I said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to get in this algorithm, and we're going to be coming with more content. So make sure you tapped in. Let's go. You know how we coming. So the first video we're going to react to, we're going to take a look at Tory Lanez's dad reaction when he came out the courtroom. He spoke on a lot of different topics. I just want to kind of segue into my next point, but I'm going to let his dad go ahead and take over. We're going to react to this.
I just stood here in this Los Angeles County and witnessed the worst miscarriage of justice that this world has ever seen. You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z. Yes. You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men, and you're still doing it. Amen. The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Todd and Alex Bott. They met with our witness, and then the man came back, and I sat in the hallway while he sat with Jody Little, the prosecutor's investigator.
Alright, so I gotta pause it right there just to add context. Like, just going off what he's saying, he's basically saying, like, for the defense, for Tory Lanez's defense, they had a witness. The witness came to court. The witness winded up speaking with the prosecution. So prior to coming to court, the witness was on Tory Lanez's side. After speaking to prosecution, the witness, he didn't even want to shake his hand. So I could tell, like, from the dad's point of view or his perspective, like, he felt like the vibes was off. He like, bro, we just talked about this before we got here, bro. Like, you talk to them and now your energy different. So you kind of pay attention to little things like that, especially when you in court, your son fighting for his life. You gotta look at his perspective, and I'll speak on it even more. It's definitely agenda. It's definitely like a perspective behind this. Like, this case is a lot more significant than a lot of people think. It's bigger than just Megan versus Tory, but we gonna dive into that aspect too. But just based off his dad, I could kind of see where he coming from. You on my side, why you switching up?
Who acted so dumb? An intelligent woman who did not want... Listen, I've seen so much evidence buried in this, and I know exactly what the public out here will say. Don't talk. You will say, I say this because I'm a father.
Don't talk.
See, I am a father of thousands around the world. I'm a father of my kids, but a spiritual father to many. And I don't make stupid allegations because I got nothing better to do. You all have been bartering and trading the souls of young black and brown men in this country. And I'm calling on all the umbrellas. I'm calling on everybody in this country to begin to rise up because your sons have been done dirty.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Facts, though. Facts.
Real talk. That's right. Real talk, bro.
Over.
Amen.
It's not over.
Real talk.
God
I hope not, man.
not lose.
Never.
And even
Facts.
though we come to this juncture, trust me, you will see that our God does not fail.
This is not
I know
That's right.
that this is wickedness.
right.
This district attorney, Miss Kathy Tarr, is the same one that witnessed or knew that 5 sheriff's deputies in LA County beat up a Spanish man with the last name Carrillo until the guy was beaten to and passed out.
Dang.
ABC News interviewed that man after Eyewitness News, and he said, I thought I would never be here to...
So pretty much, I know, like, at this point, I know a lot of people probably tapped out of the video, like, because when I initially saw it, I was following him, and then he got to a certain point and just like, okay, where are you going with this? But ultimately, I get the full point of what he was trying to prove. Basically, someone on the prosecution side, in their history, they've done things like this before. So him bringing this up, he's basically saying like, yo, it's a crooked system. And I get where he coming from. It's like, bro, it's a lot of different motives that go into different cases. It's not always, like he said, about justice. It's not always about what's right and wrong. Sometimes, you know, business takes a situation in that, and then it also takes priority when you're dealing with different networks of people. So I feel like in this situation, when you include Rock Nation, Megan, and then the millions and net worth that they are worth, it does kind of factor into the case. But I feel like at this point in the video, he lost a lot of people. But just to add context, like, he basically just adding incentive for the prosecution to not play fair.
to see my child born, and I would never been able to be around to see my other child rise up. But I'm telling you, this court system is not for justice. It's about wins and losses, and they do dirty to do whatever they can. Jay-Z, let me speak to you.
He has kids.
Rock Nation!
Yes.
Because my son refused to sign a Rock
Yes.
Nation
Yes.
deal with you.
Yes.
And Desiree Perez, you wicked witch, you snitch.
Yes.
You turned on your coach.
Desiree Perez.
All the whole mafia was
For sure.
That was peddling drugs in this country, and you ruled on them before, so the Fed to give you a deal.
Now you're thinking
All of you, trust me. I have intercessors, prayer warriors around the world, and they will not stop until you are cut off.
Yes.
No, we don't shoot you with guns,
right.
but we know exactly how to bring you down in the spirit.
That's
Hey man, I'm gonna pause it right there for this video. One thing I'm gonna say on a funny tip, like, bro, you can't tell me that don't look like Tory Lanez, bro. 20, 30 years down the line, that's exactly how Tory Lanez gonna look. His dad looked exactly like him, bro. Like, spitting image. Like, bro couldn't even finesse and say that ain't me. Like, he already know. Like, and I really respect the fact to see his dad out there going to bat for him, regardless how you feel about the situation. I know, you know, you got a parent, they supposed to support you right or wrong. So, like, I definitely respect his dad being out there on the front lines. He was really in the trenches with Tory Lanez. Like, he showed up to every court date. But to touch on his point, you know, Desiree Perez, there's a lot of information out there. Basically, she wound up snitching pretty much. Like, she was with the cartel. She folded. She wound up giving up names. A lot of people got indicted. A lot of people got charged. And then a lot of people got convicted as a result of her testimony and her cooperation. So she's currently one of the heads of Rock Nation. And a lot of people feel some type of way about that because Jay-Z history, feel me? We know where Jay-Z where he come from, feel me? So for him to even be working with somebody like that is just kind of weird. But yeah, Desiree Perez, she had a hand in this. Rock Nation, they clearly managed Megan. So it's obvious that they would have some type of influence on this case. But we're going to get into the next video. Let's take a look. So it's a lot of different things that came out throughout the case. And I feel like throughout this case it's been kind of funny because it's been a timeline of events. We had the situation when it initially happened in 2020. This is on quarantine when Tory was with Kylie and Megan, and the whole situation popped off with Kelsey. And then after that, just like tidbits of information been coming out. And like I said, it's deeper than just Tory and Megan. And just to hint at it, you got a male on one side, black African American male, got black African American female, and we see a lot of situations like this. This literally happened not at the height, but at a good time when the Me Too movement was picking up steam. So a lot of women been encouraged to speak out, talk about domestic violence, things that they've experienced in their life. And I feel like this situation coincidentally happened at a good time to kind of shed light on that type of situation. A lot of women don't like to speak, and that's not cool. Like, for sure, if you're going through domestic violence, any type of physical abuse from a male, and it's intolerable or it's just not normal, you definitely should speak out. Like, it's a lot of victims out there that don't speak up. So this is not to shade that, but I feel like this situation kind of takes advantage of that. And it's unfortunate because it's a lot of inconsistencies in the case, which we will tap in with. But just through these videos, his dad spoke on a lot of different things. And it's like when it comes to court, when it comes to ruling someone guilty, it's a lot of different things that it's a lot of mitigating factors that you got to take in consideration. So whether that's jurors or prosecutors or defense attorneys or witnesses and evidence, forensics, all these things play a role, which we will dive into. But yeah, so the next thing we want to look at, this is another piece of information that came out after the fact. This falls into the timeline. After it happened in 2020, we had the Tory Lanez live, the Megan Thee Stallion live where she accused him. And this video literally came out after he was convicted or after he was found guilty. So to me, I just find that weird. Like, they had this video for months, years. This happened in 2020. This could have came out at any time, but I noticed that it was a lot of flack. A lot of people see what I see. They see that the justice system didn't do its job completely as far as like evidence and the way that you convict someone. When you accuse someone of that type of crime, it has to be without shadow of a doubt. It can't be no reasonable doubt. So I feel like after the fact, this video coming out, it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense. But let's get into it. This Megan, when she got put in the ambulance.
You're listening to Street TV.
I can just tell off rip. The way shorty hair looking, it was a wild night, bruh. It was a wild night. So if they say shorty was lit and she was kicking glasses over, you can't tell me that hair look crazy. I'm not even sure that's her. I'm waiting for shorty to turn around, but I mean, as far as that video, that's basically what we got. I seen a bunch of different reactions on the web, on Tube. But just looking at that, it's kind of, I don't know, bro. I mean, she was on Gayle King, but we're going to dive into the next video. But just based off of like her reaction, and it's nothing different than what we already seen. So let's get into the next one. So this video, this is the phone call between Tory Lanez and Kelsey. I'm assuming this was like the next day after he got booked. He probably got a phone call soon after he got locked up, but I don't know. She might have been one of the first people he called. But this is the phone conversation that he had between Kelsey shortly after the event.
To deny this call, thank you for using Cellmate.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh?
You got out. You know, you thinking I'm good?
Maybe still in the hospital. I'm outside the hospital.
What hospital you at?
Well,
You said what?
I said Megan's in the hospital still. I'm outside the hospital waiting.
What hospital are you at?
I don't know. Let me see. Cedar, something like that. Cedar.
Yo, bro.
Sure.
I know she probably never gonna talk to me ever again, but, bruh, I just want you to know, bruh. Nigga, I was just drunk, nigga. I just didn't even understand what the fuck was going on, bruh. Like, so, whatever. But, you know, regardless, that's not gonna make anything right. And that's not gonna make my actions right, bro. But I'm just deeply sorry, bruh. Never even moved like that, bruh. Like, never moved like that at all, bruh. Like, for real, dog.
I know. There's a lot that happened, but
A whole lot, bro. Like a whole lot, bro. I feel crazy, bro. But in this day, like, what happened already, bro. I can't take it back, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I was just too drunk, bro. You know what I'm saying? When I got to the house, I'm sure he was like, all top niggas, he gave me like 5 shots, like off the door, like, you feel me? You know, I was out of there, like, wasn't even there with niggas, like, you feel me? He was taking shots past that time. I wasn't even there with niggas, like, bro, I don't even remember what we was even arguing about, bro, like, you feel me? Like,
yeah, no, I was already fucked up by the time you got there, so I don't know how.
it's like, you know, but tell me what hospital she's in.
Damn, I gotta pause it right there. God damn. And it's like, I can admit, like, honestly, I've been an advocate basically for Tory. I've been defending him ever since the situation happened. And they ain't had nothing to do with no bias. It ain't even had nothing to do with like choosing an artist. Like, I prefer Tory over Megan, or like I alluded to earlier. I feel like this whole situation is kind of like a gender war. I notice a lot of females taking Megan's side, a lot of men taking Tory's side, and it's just like, you know, the black man, we want to defend the young black man, we want to defend the young black woman, Me Too movement. And initially when the situation happened, it wasn't really me choosing a side. It was really just me going with the facts of the case, me going with common sense, me going with my own personal experience, just coming to my own conclusion. It's all perspective. It's how you perceive things. And the way I looked at the situation, a lot of the facts kind of like contradicted a lot of what Megan was saying. She got caught in a bunch of lies. You already lying about having a sexual relationship. It's just when I go based off of that, you lose credibility with me. You lose credibility. I started looking at the facts of the situation. They never found any forensics as far as like DNA, gun, ballistics. In court, it was inconclusive basically. So it's not saying that he didn't do it, but they couldn't concretely conclude that he fired the gun. So just based off of all of the evidence, knowing it was a love triangle, initially I was just like, nah, bro. But after hearing the phone conversation, it's no way that I could say that he's not somewhat admitting guilt for something. And initially I thought the guilt that he was admitting to was just dealing with both females. He knew he was wrong, but after the fact, I think it's a little bit deeper than that. But I still feel like in my heart, or just from my perspective, it's deeper. It's a lot of details that even throughout the justice process, a lot of those things wasn't presented in court. Some witnesses didn't show up. Some evidence wasn't conclusive. So we will never have the full story. The only people that will really know what happened is Megan, Tory, and Kelsey. But with that said, just going out this conversation, it does seem a little weird. We're going to listen to the rest of it. There's no way I could completely absolve Tory of any wrongdoing, even despite just the doing him with the broads. But let's hear it.
Told you. Cedar Medical.
Alright, you ain't got Quan's number, right? You ain't got my security number.
Quan, I do have his number.
Can you call this nigga Quan and tell this nigga, bruh, you get a chance, bro, just figure out what you gotta do to bail me out this shit.
Nigga was trying to get out of jail ASAP.
And I'm sorry again, bro.
ASAP.
I think honestly, I think we're gonna try to, because obviously, like, the longer you're in there, the more hot it's gonna get, because you know it's already on, like, there's no.
I can't even hold you, bro. Kelsey a real one. Just the way she was interacting over the phone, like, I don't know, bro. Like, she seemed a little more seasoned than Tory, like, on some jail shit. I already know Shorty probably had a couple niggas she was fucking that was booked, and she was in relationships with whole jail niggas, street niggas, feel me? Like, I could just tell by the way she was talking, like, don't let the articulation in her voice fool you. Like, Shorty, she's really smart, but I could tell, like, she's experienced. And Tory, he was kind of slipping up and saying some things, but, I mean, that could also lead to him being innocent, feel me? Like, if you innocent, you don't got nothing to hide. So maybe the reason why he was so, like, just upfront and transparent about what happened that night was because he knew it wasn't what was portrayed. But at the end of the day, this phone call was definitely damning, and from, like, a lot of stuff that I researched, this was pretty much the nail in the coffin what made him guilty. So that's why I wanted to dive into this. Like, yeah, I feel like this might have been a thing to basically sink his ship, but we gonna finish the rest of it.
No names released yet, but the report is already out, you know.
But, like, out is what? What you mean out?
It's on some app. You know, Megan's team is on top of this.
Rock Nation.
Yeah, but, like, niggas don't, there's no way that Megan's on, like, the thing.
So he
What'd
thought.
you say?
There's no way that Megan's, like, on the thing.
No. So far, none of that is there. But I mean,
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be one of those. If anything, the only nigga
Shout out to Forgotten Kings TV.
It's not gonna be her. But nah, please. Alright, it is what it is. Regardless if I get out of here today or not, bro, I just wanna let y'all know, bro. I'm sorry.
To wrap things up, you just seen a whole reaction. You seen a couple of relevant videos that I feel like pertain to this, and yeah, like, I pretty much alluded to my perspective already. I always thought that he was innocent. And then prior to this video, that's why I had to title it "Not Guilty." I feel like, bro, despite all of the new evidence, like the phone call that came out, I still feel like he's not guilty. It's just the severity of the crime, bro. It's also the motive. It's also like who has something to gain or benefit from this situation. Megan been going through a lot recently. Even despite this, the whole 1501 situation, bunch of different things. Just the imagery in her music videos, like mad people been coming out saying they smashed, which I'm not surprised about. And I feel like no one should be surprised about. So it was a hot girl summer, feel me? She coming out, we seen videos of her, G-Eazy, whatever the case, that's her life. But I feel like her team had a lot of cleaning up to do. They had to do a whole lot of damage control. And I feel like this situation was not what she needed as far as like her career. So to wrap everything up, bro, as I stated in the title, not guilty. Hopefully he get an appeal, man. I know he got a good lawyer. They gonna do what they gotta do as far as like revisiting the case and going over evidence that was or was not submitted. It wasn't anything really concrete. And like you could look at Kelsey's testimony. She wound up recanting a lot of stuff, saying she don't remember, she forgot, I lied. And then Megan got caught in plenty of lies. But we gonna see, man. He's not guilty. We're going to see how everything turn out. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Y'all comment and let me know what y'all think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I missed some evidence. Maybe I missed an important piece of the case. So just let me know how y'all feeling. Slide in the comments. Until next time, you know how we coming. It's Lil Mackie. Let's get it.